Hey guys, my name is Dylan with the anime summary. The story begins at a middle school where Ittoki, a student, is staring out his window aimlessly and notices something outside. One of his classmates calls him out for sleeping to try and get him into trouble, getting called on to answer the question on the board for the teacher. On his way out of school, his friends ask him if he wants to do karaoke but rejects the offer, having to do extra lessons after school. On his way to his house, he's followed by Kozetsu, another middle school classmate and longtime friend, to make sure that he does his lessons because of his mom asking her to do so. She leaves, telling him that she doesn't take orders from him, and Ittoki heads to his lessons. At gymnastics, his coach questions him that once he gets to high school, that hopefully he'll pursue gymnastics and knows that if he keeps practicing that he can make it to the highest level possible. The next day, on his way to school, he notices that the sun is in the wrong position and starts doing parkour through his neighborhood to get to school. Then on the street, notices a truck losing control, going straight for him, doing a backflip, and goes to make sure that the driver is okay. Later that night, Ittoki meets Tokisada, his uncle, in his car, and he starts driving to discuss, being surprised that Ittoki got into an accident earlier today. He teases him about going to school after something like that happening, being a too goody two-shoes, and they make it back to the apartment. His mom makes it home, and Ittoki is glad that she came back home safely. While cooking, she apologizes for taking a long time to get home, having to spend more time with the customers. But with money running low, Ittoki suggests to her that he should drop out leading into high school to support them better. She neglects the idea, knowing that education will be really useful in the future for Ittoki, and he agrees from her point of view. The next day at Ittoki's locker, he gets a mysterious love letter, and throughout the day can't stop thinking about who wrote it and can't focus on any activities during the whole day. After class, Satomi, one of his classmates, introduces herself to Ittoki after school. She confesses about seeing him around everywhere, also on how smart he is, and demands to know if Ittoki will go out with her. At the dinner table, his mother asks him on how they met, and he informs her that he doesn't really know much about the girl and begs her to let him go out with her on Sunday. Ittoki's mother denies him seeing her simply because of the fact that dating someone that he's never talked to before is way too insincere, and as his mother, denies him privilege to see Satomi. The next day, Ittoki asks Tokisada if he can go on a ride, ignoring his mother's wish, and at the station meets up with Satomi, and once they meet up, she wants to know if Ittoki would like to go back to her place for the date. After agreeing, he is waiting for her to come back with the drinks, surprised at the fact that he finally gets to see what a girl's room looks like. Once she brings the drinks out, she tells him that she wants to do it, but Ittoki gets confused even more about what is going on and assumes it's a prank. He looks under the bed to see a ninja hiding, and after seeing it, Satomi attacks him. A knife from the window is thrown inside, being a smoke bomb, and Kozetsu appears to save him, throwing him outside the house and being carried into a black van. After a car chase, when leaving their car after it being damaged badly, Ittoki wakes up and follows orders to run away from the scene back to the town, actually flustered by what is happening to him. Later that night, he is approached by more ninjas, with one knocking him out against the wall and tying him together. His uncle Tokisada appears and instantly teleports to Ittoki to make sure he's okay and apologizes to him, then challenges all of the ninjas on at once. Ittoki wakes up and Tokisada tells him to follow them inside. Once inside, he's shocked to find his mom, and she explains the truth to them that they are Shinobi of the Iga village, also informing him that the Koga village has been trying to destroy the balance between every village. With their wealth and ninja ways, they've been scheming to take over the Iga village for some time, being the reason for attacking Ittoki since he's the next leader for the Iga village. At the Koga meeting, we meet Kido, one of the founding leaders who motivates his fellow village people to continue pursuing their goals in order to avenge their fallen comrades. Ittoki is confused about the whole ordeal with the ninjas, and Tokisada demands him to make a decision on whether he'll become a ninja or not for the sake of the Iga village. But Ittoki denies both of the options, and Tokisada suggests the last option, being to run away with him, and that only his mother and him know of the plan. Then Tokisada puts the blame on himself for letting the Koga village find out about him. He tells Ittoki to make a decision on what he's going to do and decides to stay with his mother in the Iga village, in tears about the whole situation. Back at the headquarters, they have a meeting trying to eliminate Ittoki with Satomi's unit, being that the NSC have caught on to the assassination attempt of the group. Kido ends the conversation by praising them about their dedication to the Koga village, stating that their village is more superior compared to the Iga village and will just overpower them with time. Ittoki is informed by Raiha, one of the people living in the Iga village, that the current school he's attending will be too dangerous to go back to. She shows him a video of a ninja academy school, then telling him that the school is hidden from the public. stating that he would have dorms to live in and also having the NSC involved to give everyone better protection. She tells him that the school will be having an entrance exam in 2 days and that if he passes, we'll be safe. Tokisada will pick him up and show him the day of the test. Later that night, back at the apartment, Yumika cooks Ittoki a great meal before the day of the exam. He is still shocked about there being a ninja school and gets personal, asking if his dad was a ninja before coming to the realization that all of his lessons he took were to help him become one. Yumika reassures him that he'll be fine for the exam and to eat up. At the exam site, Ittoki is horrified that the location is at a Koga market. Ittoki and Kozetsu head inside and he asks one of the workers where the ninja meal is at. Then they are escorted into the back of the store where once at the end of the hallway, they head into a room full of students. The teacher explains to the class that the game will be hide and seek, with the class being divided into 2 groups, the seekers and the hiders, with the seekers having 10 minutes to find the hider and if they don't, fail the exam. It's Ittoki and the green hair girl's turn and she looks over at Ittoki with an evil grin. While he is looking for the girl, he passes Kozetsu disguising herself as a civilian and protects Ittoki from the Koga ninjas. Ittoki heads back inside while Satomi follows him, but before she strikes, he uses all of his techniques to disarm her armor and she gets arrested by the NSC police. Later that day, back at the Koga village headquarters, one of the NSC 1st Division committee members tells him that one of their members, being Satomi, was caught violating the ninja terms. Kido shows him a wanted list of members, being them, and thanks them for apprehending them for him. Outside, the chief gets a phone call telling him that the former Koga members have been slain. The next morning, they have a meeting for Ittoki to wish him good luck going to the new school. Tokisada shows them a secret passageway into a train station where Kozetsu and Ittoki hop on board and appear on a secluded island. Off the train, Ittoki catches eyes for Ryoko, a student who goes to the ninja academy. While Ittoki is looking for Kozetsu, he stumbles into a group of students from the Koga village. Then, a girl with blonde hair interrupts their conversation and drags him away. She introduces herself as Kirei and advises him to stay away from the elite group of Koga ninjas that he just encountered, and they both shake hands on their friendship. At lunch, Itoki's about to spend his cash on ramen, but Kirei stops him, making him purchase the lowest ninja meal possible, telling him that he might tick off the Koga ninjas, since they both have power and money overall, having more members as a village. They catch Ittoki staring at them and Kirei runs away. A red-haired boy from the Koga group named Suzaku explains to Ittoki that their chief was slain in battle by one of the Iga village members and will never forgive them. In class, the teacher explains that they will be combining 2 classes for the lesson today, learning how to use the ninja suits and cores by going into the suit, giving them special powers while in it. She points to a tower in the distance where they will each obtain manju and retrieve it back to her, and the lesson begins. Ittoki tries moving in the suit but gets stuck with his teacher motivating him to move or he will be expelled for the lack of experience. Ryoko shows up and starts explaining the ninja suit to him, and Ittoki starts to get the hang of walking, falling onto the ground off the cliff. Formally, she catches up with him on the ground and advises him to make sure his core is protected, and if it gets damaged will lose his physical abilities in the suit. Ittoki and Ryoko make it to the bridge, but further ahead some of the Koga students ambush Kirei. Ittoki arrives to her aid, asking who took everything from her, but explains to him that she was attacked by the Koga elites. He goes up further ahead to see the problem and confronts them about stealing Kirei's stuff. Ittoki gets completely destroyed, and just before one of the boys finishes him off, the principal shows up to save the day. Heading back to Kirei, he gives her a manju from one of the boys and carries her to Ryoko, telling her to carry her the rest of the way so that Ittoki can get his manju. The principal eats the last manju, which freaks out Ittoki. Back in Tokyo at the NSC, the Division 1 squad is doing an investigation of a murder, and Shione, one of the members, is running late, taking down a thief passing by and wants to start keeping an eye on Tokisada. Back at school, the teacher explains to the class that there will be a written exam in 2 days, containing information on the workings of the ninja tools. At the dorms, Ittoki carries a lot of books containing information that will be on the test, and asks Ryoko if she can teach him everything. Kirei tells him that the true test is stealing the answers from the teacher's lounge, but if she catches you, you fail the exam. Ryoko notices that Ittoki is messing up the ninja core and snatches it away from him, then realizing she did something ruthless and apologizes to him about it. She then goes on to show him that the mark on the core resembles all of the ninja suits and cores being made from her village, the Saiga village. While Ittoki is laying in bed before he sleeps, he knows Kozetsu is lurking outside and they have a conversation about Ittoki really becoming chief to obey him. The next morning at the school dorms, Kirei explains to everyone that the safe for the answers was set up, deciding on which one to pick with little to no competition to have the best chances. Boys from the dorm ask to join the group and recall Ittoki saving them back during the Manju training exercise. Nighttime arrives and the teacher is sitting in her work office. Ittoki and the group are standing outside the room using a drone to scout where the safe is located. Kirei uses smoke bombs to lure the teacher away from the room. Ittoki tells her that the key to the safe must be with her through a mic, eventually the boys bumping into the Koga elites. Ryoko finds a safe breacher device and sets a time for 1 minute to open the safe to get the answers. The timer runs out and the safe opens with them grabbing the packet and informing everyone to retreat from the school. The next day at the academy when they got the exam, they are shocked that the test answers are different from the ones that they grabbed. After, the Koga elites have a conversation in class about switching the test answers with their own. Back at the Iga village, Tokisada reports to Yumika that he's gained intel from the Saiga leader, assuming that the Koga aim to find out about the secrets passed down to the Iga village about the ninja corps. She tells him that their goal with it is to start a war with them. At school, the group is cleaning as for their penalty for failing the test. Kozetsu pushes him and makes it clear to him that they have a traitor among their group of friends. If you guys like what you saw, be sure to subscribe, like the video, and we'll see you in the next video. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace.